These are the field training missions. They're the tutorial of the game. This is the handholdy portion of the game. I kind of like this. In Advance Wars 2, they use the early Orange Star. That's another point I kind of want to, complain about. But they're clearly not Orange Star. They're clearly red. That's clearly their color. They're red and blue and green and yellow. We're just gonna pretend because nobody wants to be red commie, particularly when a Red Star commie. Oh boy, that's a big problem. That's a big no-nos. Anyways, so these are the missions. Advance Wars 2 does this in the Orange Star missions themselves, so you end up getting those lines like Andy asking what an airport is, and Max sort of forgetting some of the basics, even though he's a more experienced commander, because they don't have a field training portion that you're required to do before getting into the main campaign. So we're just going to do these real quick. They're very, like I said, very hand-holdy. And if I get impatient, I'm probably going to start skipping dialogue. First, let me brief you on the situation. We're in the large nation here, Orange Star. This country, the country to the east, the west. I don't know if they flipped this or what, but Blue Moon is in the campaign is clearly to. Oh right, shit! I'm messing. Now I'm fucking up my directions. Blue Moon is to the east. Oh god damn it! I'm stupid. I'm stupid. You're stupid. Country to the east is Blue Moon. Two countries have been bitter rivals for years, which kinda I don't understand why you would leave from one. Really PO'd about something. Why would you leave? And why would they accept you from Orange Star, the bitter rival country? Unless somehow you're able to convince them that no, fuck the Reds or the Orange Star army, I'm not with them anymore. Those guys are a bunch of chumps. Two countries have been bitter rivals for years. Border skirmishes have died down recently until the madman Olaf, the Blue Moon CEO Olaf's suddenly ordered an invasion of Orange Star, so the Aulera region is now held by Blue Moon forces. Candidate Chris, you have been given a mission. You are to drive Olaf from Arla and secure it for Orange Star. I will be your support. So she's going to be my CEO. Let's move out. Move out! So, these are the only missions, at least until you unlock her in the war room, where you can use Nell as your CO. She's got a pretty bumpin' theme. And she gets her, I'll show you in a second, but her benefit, her power is that she's lucky. And luck is a dynamic in this game where when your unit says that it's, obviously all the units you've seen, they have a base health of 10, and they give you a percentage of damage that you'll deal of that 10 health when you're attacking. So, if it says it's going to do 12 damage, that means that it's going to do at least 1 damage to a 10 health unit. And then there's a chance, like a 2%, I guess it's not a 2%, but a 20% chance, I believe, that he'll do an additional 1 damage, so a total of 2 damage, a 12% roll. Whereas if you have, say, a 90%, you have a 1% chance of doing only 1 damage, and a 90% chance of doing 2 damage. So, and Nell gets a bonus to all this, so, I don't really understand, know the game mechanics behind how it determines this, but, when the game, quote-unquote, rolls for whether or not you're able to do more damage, say 1 damage versus the 2 damage, Nell gets her initial roll, and then she gets a bonus on top of that. So, I never really played D&D, but I'm aware of sort of how that stuff works, where, you know, you get +1 to rolls that allows you to help buffer some of your abilities or spells or however it works. That's why Olaf hasn't deployed many troops in this area. You yourself have 2 infantry units under your command. These orange units are yours. These blue units are enemies. They belong to Blue Moon Army. Defeat the enemy forces to complete this mission successful. Well, let's issue some orders. So again, this is the very hand-holdy portion of it, where it's not going to really let me make my own choices. It's just going to be like, select this unit and only this unit. And you're going to move it to here and only here, not anywhere else. Control pad moves the cursor. Boop. First, let's command this infantry unit. Would you place the cursor on the infantry unit, please? So it's going to place it right here. It's going to make sure that I know what a D-pad is and how to move a D-pad left and right and up and down. And then when I select the unit, I press the A button, and now I've just completed an action called selecting. You'll see the term often. So do your best, remember it. When you select a unit, the area around it becomes highlighted. The area represents the selected unit's range of movement. First, let's approach the enemy with this unit. Try moving the unit to this space. Move the cursor here and press the A button. So if I do anything else, she's going to yell at me, so I'm just going to do this to speed this up. After the unit moves, this menu will appear. So this will basically saying that if I wanted to back out, I could press the B button, or I could continue by pressing the A button to make the unit essentially wait. There's an option to attack a unit within my range. It'll give me an additional attack option. Select wait and then press the A button to confirm the command. Beans. Their unit color changed, right? Indicates the unit can't receive any more units this turn. Orders this turn. Don't worry, you'll be able to use it again on your next turn. Okay, now use the same controls and move this infantry unit. Move as closely as possible to the enemy. So basically we can move it either here or here. I'm going to move it here, because I like to kind of group these units together. It makes it a little bit easier to attack with both of them, though I don't think it's ultimately going to matter. When you finish giving orders to your unit, you must end your turn. Press the A button on an empty space and to display the menu map, so you can click on a unit, or if any open space that doesn't have a unit that hasn't received orders yet. And then you go to end, and it cycles to the next turn, which is Blue Moon's turn. Orange Star Army have moved. Orange Star Army units have moved into the All-Area region. They won't last long. My troops there will make short work of them. Now that could be true. One of the things in many games is the concept of having first move advantage. I believe in Japan they refer to it as Sentai or Sentai. Sentai? No, that's like hentai. And the second player is in what is known as Gote, which means that they are basically trying to make moves in order to gain the advantage, the initiative, and you having the initiatives is trying to make moves that prevent you from losing the advantage. So in a lot of the war room missions, particularly when you're playing against a computer, they will get an unfair advantage of either pre-captured bases or advanced location on some extra, troop deploying places like an airport or a factory. Looks like Olaf has noticed our arrival. His infantry units are heading this way. Stay calm. If we proceed with caution, we'll be fine. Now it's time to order this infantry to fire upon the enemy. Please select this unit. Yay! Infantry unit must be next to the enemy to fire on them. Move your unit here. Yay. Do you see the fire command on the menu? Please select the command. This is the cursor. You will use it to select the enemy unit to attack. So again, Nell gets a slight boost to her luck rolls, so she is more than likely, I would pretty much guarantee that she's going to do 5 damage here. This is the cursor you see to select which enemy to attack. There's only one unit you can engage. Press the A button to fire. So if you wanted to select a different unit, you would use your D-pad to select that, but not possible here. Alright, and I turned off animations usually when I'm playing because it just speeds up the game a lot. You score damage on the enemy. You see the number on the units? This indicates the HP hit points. All units begin with 10 HP, but as they take damage in battle, the HP will decrease. And the little hidden mechanic in this game is as they take HP damage, their defense also decreases as well, so you end up doing more damage the less health the enemy has, so it doesn't generally it's generally not that important when, you know, it's mirror match infantry versus infantry or infantry versus mech. It tends to be a bigger deal when you start talking about low health like tanks and rockets and that sort of thing, and they happen to be hidden in like cities or woods that would give them an additional defensive bonus. You tend to see a little bit more of that. Notice your unit has more HP than the enemy unit. This is because the unit attacks first generally has the advantage. Waiting to be attacked is not a good strategy. You should pick your battles and always fire first. So you sort of to explain this, imagine if both units have 10 HP. Okay, if the unit on the left, my unit, fires first, he does the full amount of his damage. So he does 10 infantry units worth of damage. And then this infantry, the blue one that's currently selected, returns fire or counterattacks with only 5 infantry's worth of attack. So it ends up only doing 2 damage instead of us trading and both having 5 damage at the same time. So that's why you kind of want to be aggressive in this game. And sometimes you can sacrifice infantry units or lesser units that you know won't die in order to try to bring, particularly the computer, bigger units in for the kill. So now order your remaining infantry unit to engage the enemy. Okay, so here, like I said, we originally were doing 49 damage with an undamaged infantry unit, and now he is at half health, and I'm attacking him again with a full health infantry unit. And as you can see, I'm doing slightly more damage. It's saying that I'm doing, instead of 49 damage, I'm going to do 52% damage. Which, you know, on a day-to-day basis, you know, the damaged infantry dealt 5 damage. This infantry is dealing most likely 5 damage. So the unit's dead regardless whether or not this first and second infantry unit both do 49 damage, or if one does 49 and the other one does 52. This is just an example of where you could see that the lower HP infantry now has less defense as well as less HP. Congratulations! 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 There's only one enemy unit left to deal with. If you stick your battle plan, you can finish it off too. Select N from the menu and continue on to your next turn. What are those fools doing? If I were in the field, we wouldn't be suffering such a humiliation. First Orange Star Army, I will defeat it. I will. It's your turn again. You have a 2-to-1 advantage. This battle is yours to win. But wait a minute. This unit took damage in the last battle, didn't it? The unit loses some of their firepower when damaged, so it's better to fire on the enemy with an undamaged unit. Go ahead and order your undamaged unit to attack. So again, you just happen to be, because of the way the AI is set up, you literally cannot not fight this guy. These two units will always, because of the nature of where they set you up and where the last Blue Moon guy ended up, you literally always end up in a space where you can attack him. So again, Nell wants me to come down here and attack. It doesn't seem to really matter if I do it here, the other one can go there, or if I place him here, the other one will go south. But it is important to try and plan out these types of moves. You don't want to be a dum-dum and accidentally block your way out. So she's just basically saying that if you want to back up, you can just press B as long as you haven't already issued the command. Now that the enemy unit is damaged, this infantry unit can finish it off, move in and fire on it. So this 8 HP infantry will do 41 damage. So this shouldn't finish it off, honestly. This, in all cases, should be 4 damage, which will leave the infantry at 1 HP. I'm guessing because of Nell's luck, she's probably rolling this into a 5 damage, but I think this would even, regardless, I think this should be more or less a coin flip in terms of overall damage being dealt to this. Like I said, probably scripted for her to do minimum 5 damage. You defeated all the enemy units. Your mission was a success. Keep up the good work. This is inconceivable. That land was mine. How did they lose it so easily? Grr. Next time, victory will be mine. So, in case you haven't guessed yet, you're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting. If she's talking about rank, faster you do it, the less units you lose, the more damage you're able to deal to the enemy, the more likely that you are able to get a perfect ranking, which in most missions is an S. These training missions is an A. See, I didn't do it any slower. I didn't lose any more units. Couldn't dealt any more damage, yet the computer didn't give me an S. It just gave me an A. Which, obviously made my first discovery some, 3 or 4 missions in my first original campaign playthrough. Oh, I can get an S rank? A's not the top rank? Kind of like, you don't obviously start over again because you have so much more game to see. But I'm sure there's people out there that probably were like, nope, starting over, getting all S ranks, don't care. Speed is based on how quickly you won. Power is based on how well you concentrated your attacks and overcame your enemies. Technique is based on how many of your own troops were lost. You earn a rank for each map you clear. You can compare your scores to your friends. Good luck on the next campaign.